This is an interview with KerlyMartinez along with her daughter Melody Martinez for the Youngstown Historical Center of Industry and Labor Oral History Project titled Women at Work. The interview is being conducted at the Steel Museum on April 23rd, 2023, and my name is Susan Lowry. Thank you, Kerly and Melody, for being here today. How are you ladies doing today?
Thank you for inviting us. Very good, thank you.
And for the record, Melody is Kerly's daughter, who is in high school at Campbell Memorial, and she's here for interpretation purposes. So I'm going to start off with some introduction questions. First of all, where did you and your family live when you were growing up?
I live in Honduras, and I live with my grandpas.
You lived with your grandpa?
Yes, for
he
the
raised
first.
you?
Yeah, for the first 16 years.
First 16 years.
Yeah.
May I ask a personal question? And where were your parents?
My mom and my dad came to here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. So did they come here first to kind of get started, and then they brought you?
Well, first my dad came here and had a separate relation with my mom, and after like 3 years later, my mom came here and I stayed with my family here, and I stayed there with my grandpas for like 15 years, 16 years. Yeah.
Well, let me ask this then: when your mom and dad came here, where did your dad work?
Oh, I didn't know. We don't have any more contact with him.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
and how about your mom? Do you know that?
She wore in like
Plantations.
yes.
What was that?
Plantations?
Plantations.
Yeah.
Oh, where did they move here? Did they move straight to Youngstown?
No,
Oh,
Miami.
Miami. That makes more sense than when you say plantations. Okay. Because I'm like, I don't think we have that here.
No.
I'm like, well, that would be really new for me to learn. Okay. So after the first 16 years, you moved up here with them. Did you
Yeah.
go to high school up here?
No.
No? Did you go to high school down
In
in
Honduras, yeah.
Were you able to graduate?
Yes.
Fantastic. Good. Did you get any other kind of education after that?
No.
No. Was that by choice, or was it just really hard to get into?
It's really hard.
Yeah, financially, or just not sure what you wanted to do?
Yeah, financially.
Oh, did you get married right away?
No.
No? Okay. So when you moved up here then, what did you do? Did you find a job right away?
Well, I start working in Honduras restaurant
A Honduras restaurant?
in Miami.
In Miami.
Yeah.
Was it somebody that you knew local, from like Honduras originally, or that your parents knew? It was just...
No, we found a restaurant and looking for service, and I started there.
So you started there at the age of 16?
Yeah, 17 years old.
Wow. How many years did you work there?
I worked for like 3 years.
3
4
years?
Yeah.
What made you guys, how did you end up here in Youngstown area though?
We have family here.
Oh, okay. Did they invite you up?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah, and the life in Miami is really expensive.
That's true. That is, you will not believe how many times I've heard in these interviews people come to Youngstown because the cost of living is so much better. So then when you were there for 3 years at that job, is that about the time you moved up here?
No, we stayed there for like, I lived there for like 5 years.
Okay.
6 years, yeah.
And then that's when you came up to
Yeah.
Youngstown?
Yeah.
When you got to Youngstown, were you able to find a job right away? And if so,
Yeah, I started like dishwasher
dishwasher.
Yeah.
What, at another restaurant?
in
then?
another restaurant
And how long did you work there?
for 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
I completely
Yeah.
understand.
The restaurant is like don't have lot of business, so let's say.
A lot of business.
Yeah. So he's sure he say no, so he can pay for dishwasher and to chef, cooking guys. So say don't have enough money to pay for the dishwasher, so
Oh, I
I
see.
lost my job just for
Yeah.
2 months.
Oh, my lands. Oh, okay. Yeah, see me, when I did dishwashing, I did not like it. So I
Me neither.
I didn't
Well,
last
my
long.
choice.
But I wasn't a good server, so I didn't do that either.
Yeah, but that time I didn't speak a lot of English. So I just
Yeah.
So I don't have too many choice.
Yeah. Well, then, so as I keep stepping into getting closer to where you are today, when was it? You do have 2 children.
Yeah.
Did you end up getting married?
No.
No? Okay. And then, who did you just raise your children on your own by
Yes.
yourself?
Yes.
Did you live with family?
Yeah, well, his dad back to Honduras. He don't like the life here, so that's when I stay here alone with my mom. She's the one always help me.
Oh, I see. Very good. And then you just continued finding jobs in a restaurant so that way you can be able to continue to speak Spanish.
After dishwasher, I started do the chips guy. I don't know how do you.
Like a ship runner.
A ship runner?
Yeah.
Like ships. Like, like the ships they give you like tequila. Chips and salsa.
Yeah, the
Chip
person
runner.
with the chips and
Chips runner. I have just recently actually heard about that. From what I understand, it's like a whole separate room.
yes.
And you just go in.
Yeah, that person have to bring the chips, with the salsa, and that person clean the tables.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
do the stuff.
Was that minimum wage, or
Yes.
did you get any tips for that
No,
at all?
no.
So you just got the minimum wage,
Yeah.
and that you did that for a while. When you began waitressing, then how much longer till you started doing that?
Maybe like 8 months, a year.
8 months to a year.
Yeah.
So were you in your 20s then when you started to, and you just stuck with that type of job?
No, I at that time, like 24, 25 maybe.
Uh-huh.
When I moved to here to Ohio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, excuse me. Explain a specific day, a typical day when you would go into work. What would you have to do? And let's just go ahead and we'll focus on you being a waitress / server. What did you have to do? Did you just jump on in, and then what all did you have to do?
No, we start at 10, so everybody have to clean or do something. One person have to map the whole restaurant.
Okay.
The other one have to clean the tables again. Or one person have to do the bar, lines, lemons,
Oh,
the
okay.
tea. So we share all the job
Oh, okay.
every day. So every day, everybody have to do something different.
And then as soon as you started getting customers,
Yes.
you would just take orders. Anything else besides just taking orders and getting their food and stuff like that? Was there any? And then the prepping. Was there anything else different?
No, we just take the orders and help the customer. He don't know how to what he want to order, or
Yeah.
we have to know everything, the
Yeah.
menus and the drinks, how to make the drinks and everything.
Oh, even you have to explain how the drinks are made sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry you have to do that.
That's okay.
How about a day that was really challenging? Something like, here's a good question. How about Cinco de Mayo?
Oh my God.
Is that a good time to talk about? How challenging is it to have a day like that?
Como challenge.
Como difícil.
Well, I must give you a little history. My first Cinco de Mayo, 2 tables, so left and don't pay anything. So I have to pay for with my tips. I have to pay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my first Cinco de Mayo. I'm back to the table, and then this new customer, and they say, "Well, what happened?" I have the check here, and it's the people left and don't pay anything.
Oh, and it had so
I have
the
to pay for-
owner or manager doesn't pay it out of his pocket; it comes out of yours.
Yes, because
that
it's my responsibility. Take care of
I was
it.
about ready to ask you: is that a normal protocol?
Everywhere, I think everywhere is the same. We
I
have
did
to.
not know that. Oh, that's sad. And then on top of that, let's say you're doing your job, you're serving, you're doing it to the best of your ability, and then you don't even get a good tip. And then you turn around and somebody might stiff you with the check. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's just
It's
terrible.
part of the job, you know.
Yeah. How often does that happen to you?
Well, no. Well, it's the first year, you know, for the next year. So I just have everything ready, you know, like I went to the customer, you don't want anything else? So I bring the check letter right away, you know, making
so
sure
you
everybody, yeah.
Like you said, it's your responsibility to make sure that they pay.
Yes.
So you just learn from your experience.
Yes.
And get it done. All right. Did you ever experience where the men that you worked with got paid more than you?
I don't feel like that, you know.
No?
I feel it's equal. Like,
Okay, that's good. And then, what about, have you ever worked at a restaurant that was not Spanish speaking, or have they always been Spanish speaking?
no, it's just Spanish speaking.
Okay,
Yeah.
I getcha. How about like any discrimination or biases? Did you ever, you know, coming into the United States, you know, maybe from a customer or just even out shopping around?
Yeah, I feel like, and I hear from my co-workers, like most of the time, you know, go to the restaurant and when the people see us Mexican, Latinos, Spanish, they feel the differ, you know, like I feel like start to discriminate, how do you say?
Discriminate.
Yeah, and you know, feel like don't give you any good service.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Because maybe he think we don't tips good.
yeah.
And I know a lot of our country, Mexican, and other country, we don't give you tips. So maybe that's what I want, you know, we came here, we think it's the same. Over there, we don't give you tips and we don't.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting too. Well, I hope you have good customers. I know of two that they've been very good to you. Have there been any kinds of advancement opportunities? So like you're a server, but have you ever had the opportunity to become a manager? And if so, were you ever interested in doing that?
I never feel like that. Like, you know, I have it like could go manager, but if you have any chance, I don't want to take it. It's too much pressure. It's too much. And you know, I have 2 kids, so
Yeah.
my time when I work is like so short.
Yeah.
So I have 2 hours break. So I have to take this 2 hours, came to my house, pick my kids in the school, come back to home, cook, and come back to work. So
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so you live in one
in Campbell,
part of Youngstown, Campbell, Ohio, and you work in Canfield
yeah.
at Tequila Jalisco's, which, by the way, how many years have you been there?
Well, I worked for 8 years,
Uh-huh.
and I went to another restaurant 1 year, and then come back to Tequila.
Okay. So what you do, though, you get a 2-hour break.
Yeah.
You go there to work, then you drive back to Camel, about what, maybe 20, 30 minutes drive?
25 minutes.
25 minutes. Make sure the kids get
I
off
pick
the
in
bus,
this.
get inside the
No,
house.
I pick it up. I
You
don't
pick them up.
Yeah, I don't like that, but sad. But
Okay, you pick them up, and there's nothing wrong with that, no. I'm just like, I'm saying okay because you're putting a lot on your plate as a mom and being, you know, somebody who works outside the home. So you pick them up, though, you bring them home, you cook them dinner,
yeah, sometimes I cook, sometimes I rise, you know.
and then you go back to work.
Yes.
Oh my, and then how many more hours do you work in the evening?
I stay too close, you know. We close at 10, or Friday and Saturday we close 11.
Oh my lands, how do you do that? How do you... You must help out, right? Is that what it is?
I try my best, especially when I'm not working. Like now I'm not working. I try to make sure like the house stays clean. My brother's eating, I'm eating. Like everything's under control in one
Yeah.
place.
She's how me
How are you and your brother's relationship?
We're cool.
We're cool?
right now.
Hi, Justin is off to the side. We will not put him on the spot anymore. But I mean, that's really good to be able to have a good sibling relationship under these circumstances. But that's very good that you're assisting and helping out your mom that way. But it also teaches her to have that strength and that resilience
Yeah, she's really good. She's amazing.
Yeah. And she's amazing as a student, then I presume, right?
Yes, she is.
Yeah. And so that is how you're able to juggle the home life. Are you still living with your mom?
Not anymore. Right now, we, get
She was
there.
able to branch away, or you were able to branch away, and you guys got separate living arrangements.
We live separate right now, but before I live with her.
Yeah.
We living in a basement.
Did your mom help out when they were
Yeah.
younger then?
Yeah.
Was that helpful for you
Yeah,
too?
a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes I can't untie and go to school, so she's the one help me go pick it up. Or sometimes when she's sick or when he's sick, she's someone take to the doctor or other stuff. Yeah.
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 Okay. How was your relationships with your coworkers?
Wow. We try to balance. We have good. I have good people, and other ones we know bad, but we don't talk too much.
Yeah, there's ones that you know how to keep your distance from. Because in every situation, in every work environment, there's always, there is always a type of friction or disagreement and those kind of individuals, and that you would maybe stay away from. And I think that's kind of what I was hoping to find out is, how do you overcome those challenges of working with difficult coworkers? But like you said, you just stay away from them.
Yeah.
How about your management team? Are they pretty good?
Yeah. No, all three brothers is good people, and try to help sometimes. Be the owner from the restaurant. I think it's a lot of pressure. Sometimes it's a lot of stuff you have to think, and some I would say in Easter, we close in Easter the restaurant. So the next day, one the people in the kitchen don't show up.
Oh.
Yeah, so you have to focus and think a lot of stuff, in the same time.
Yeah. It's making me think. There's a term called turnover. Is there a lot of people that maybe get hired, and then a lot of people that might quit, and then you have to replace those ones who quit just as quickly? So it's like a turnover.
Yeah.
Do you have that kind of experience at the job that you're at right now, or at past jobs, and made it difficult to work?
Yeah, well, I'd say a couple years ago, somebody quit, so they call me in my day off and say, you think you can work today? So I'll try to help too. Yeah. And I make more money too. So.
But how does that make you feel as an individual? Does it make you feel like you're being used?
I don't take it that way,
No.
Because I know these people for a long time ago, I know. And so I just sometimes make extra money than what I need. So.
Yeah. Speaking of that, that income now, how about when COVID happened 3 years ago? How did that affect you, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, so before the COVID, I work 5 days, 6 days a week, and when we started the pandemic, so I just work 2-3 days a week, and if I make $100, I say, or every day, so when I start the pandemic, I make $50, $40. And we still have the bills, we still have the stuff to pay, have the kids at home. So.
How did you do that? Did you have to find assistance at all?
Well, for the for the government, I think send
stimulus checks.
Yes,
those
that's
helped
what
out?
helped me. Yeah, and the cards for food stamp. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now that wasn't anything you had to pay back. The stimulus check, I know you didn't have to, but food stamps, that you didn't have to pay any of that back.
No, nothing.
And that was very helpful.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
That's good. That's good to know. And then let me see here. What happens is sometimes it's not so much that I lose track, as that I realize, we really jumped ahead here, so let me get to the next question. Ooh, what do you like the most about your job?
I don't know if anybody loves the job.
Really?
Well, I like to see the people already know. Like I say, when I changed, when I worked in tequila and I moved to the other restaurant and I come back to tequila, I'm so happy and so excited to see my old customer. A customer I know from like 8 years ago, like, and the part I feel sad is like I have like family, like let's say like 8 years ago I have a baby, and now it's no baby anymore. Now it's in the school and I feel old. I feel like yes, that's how I feel.
And it's also the new customers too, right?
Yeah, we have new customers, good customers, so like that one I appreciate it all the time.
What do you dislike the most about your job? If this is a sensitive question, you don't have to answer that, because how about like say the job in Miami when you first moved up here? What did you not like about that waitressing job?
No, the owners in Miami was like, I feel like mean, like rude with everybody.
Really?
Yes.
But do you believe it's not because you were a woman, but just the stress that they had?
Oh, it's the way. I think it's the way he like that. Actually, it's a girl, it's a lady. She like the staff. Yeah. She's like strict with everything. Like, did you hear me about that? Strict. I don't know if you say the word right.
No, that's good. I
yeah,
like it.
so I feel like it's too much job for, let's say maybe $25 per day. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see. And then let me think here. Yeah, I'm really surprised. I'm impressed. We did a really good job in like covering things. And I think part of the reason why is because the job that you had is so, it's diverse in some ways, but at the same time, it's just cut and dry. You go in, you work, you serve your customers, you receive tips. And then we did talk about the opportunities of moving up, but you're choosing not to. And I don't blame you. I get that totally. And then, there is another topic here about shifts, but we've discussed that too. You go in at 10 o'clock because they don't serve breakfast at all. Mexican restaurants don't.
Yeah.
So you would go in at 10 and you would have that split shift. So we did talk about that. And we talked about the conditions. Yeah, we talked about everything. I didn't realize how quickly we got through this. I'm really excited. When do you plan on retiring, if at all?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's like now I'm 36 years old. So.
You're 36?
Yes.
Oh, I feel like an old woman right now. Okay, yeah, so that is a little ways off still. I don't blame you. I'm not really thinking that much either on it, so I don't blame you. Now, there might have been something that we did not discuss. Maybe there was something I didn't think of to ask you. But being a woman, being a mother, working in a job that is a customer service type of job, is there anything else that you would like to share that we didn't touch on? It's something that kind of like stuck out in your head but just didn't get a chance to share. Was there anything by chance? And then if not, that's okay, but then I'd also like to hear some of your advice that you would give other people about being a working mom.
Not really.
No? Aw. How about, what advice you would give Melody?
I worked there for like 8 years, but I know the person, I think a lot of customers, he don't know I have 2 kids, and I'm like single, I'm like, ¿cómo se dice? Como que no, yo mantengo los dos.
Que tú,
Sí.
like you're the only one who maintains her own kids. Like she doesn't have other support.
So
Like,
I
it's
don't.
just her.
Yeah.
So like a lot of my customer, he don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And you don't verbalize it at all.
No.
That's
No.
interesting. Because I mean, you could probably verbalize it if you wanted to, and maybe they'd feel guilty. Like,
No.
but you're like a stand-up human being. You're like, no, I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna tough it out the way I
I
need
tried,
to.
to just my job. I try to do my best and help if I have time to the other people or either the owners. But that's it, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Very good. All right, Kerly and Melody, thank you so much for being here with us today. I appreciate your time and you're sharing your experiences with us. Okay.
Thank you so much.